Guys, okay, so my jerky has been marinating for about 36 hours, and I'm going to put it on the dehydrator trays and get it on to start dehydrating. So, you know, some of it, I probably could have put this in a bigger container. Some of the pieces got a little more, you can tell the marinade hit it more than other pieces, but that's okay because some will be more intense than others, and I don't really mind that at all. So I am going to dust them with garlic powder as I go, I think, because I can. No. Just make sure we have enough flavor. You can even dust these with additional brown sugar, or, I mean, whatever you really like. If you're a sweet tooth person, I would say, you know, go on the sweet side. I very often do brown sugar bacon in the oven, and it's fabulous, I might say. So when I'm putting it on the trays, I make sure anybody who hasn't got a dehydrator or has never done it, I make sure that this isn't necessarily touching. But I also want to utilize my space. In fact, I'm just going to utilize my best tools in the house, and that would be my hands. I want air to flow up through the trays, but I also don't mind if they're kind of close together. It smells really good. The marinade I tasted, remember, tasted fabulous. So I think this is going to be a really nice batch of jerky. It probably won't last long. I'm hoping it lasts till their hunting trip. I'm going to have to hide this from myself and my husband, and possibly somebody else. So you can see that we've got plenty of space in between. I could probably fit another one. They kind of shrink up. You know, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You figure out what will fit. That one's too big. And if there is a smaller piece, there you go. So we have another one there, and I'm gonna get that out of the way. Okay, so remember our marinade had molasses, or no, not molasses, honey and garlic, tons of garlic, and pepper and salt, Worcestershire sauce. What else did we put in there? Oh, teriyaki, soy sauce. It's got a lot of components, both sweet, salty, savory, red pepper flakes. So it really has some layers of flavor in there, and it will come through in the jerky, which is nice. And these pieces are a good 1/4 of an inch thick. I noticed on YouTube that I figured if somebody watched part 1 of something, they would watch part 2, 3, 4, or whatever the case may be. But that's not always the case, so that's why I'm recapping on what I did. Because you may not have a following. Maybe they just happened upon your video and have no idea what you did to begin with. So there's the second tray. This, I believe, was about 8 pounds of meat that I sliced myself, and I can't wait. Beef jerky. Oh yeah, and I did put honey in here, and the honey was to keep the meat from getting brittle and hard. I mean, you're drying it, you're not cooking it, but you certainly don't want it brittle. And I've had brittle shredded jerky, and it's, yeah, it tastes good and it rehydrates in your mouth, I guess, but it's not what I have in mind for jerky. I actually would like to be able to chew it, and so I put honey in there, and it seems to help with that whole process. Okay. And my dehydrator is a 12 tray dehydrator. I probably would like to, I gave away my other ones to my daughter, and I have no regrets on that. I love her dearly, and I want her to start doing this, but I would like to have either an Excalibur with more trays, or I don't know if somebody out there knows how good they are, that would be much appreciated. I don't know, maybe I could just get the bigger version of this. So I'm going to be back when I've got all these trays. Actually, I'll just come back when I'm taking this off the trays. How's that? And then you don't have to listen to me ramble on. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, done rambling, but I did finish all the trays, and I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trays. So that was about 8 pounds of top round is what that was. London broil, just a really lean meat is what you need. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this outside because it's too hot in here to heat my house up. And this is going to be dehydrating at 160 degrees until 85% of the moisture is gone. Alright, so I'll come back when we're all done. Hi YouTube. I just wanted to give you the end results of the beef jerky. As you can see, somebody got into the first tray. It is really, really good. I hope that you guys try this recipe because you don't have to have exact measurements, but it just is really tasty. And it'll be a nice treat for the guys when they go up to the Ruby Mountains hunting. The only drawback to this is it makes a messy tray. So you can see that it's still pliable. I mean, it's not where it's going to break in a snap. It's still got some texture to it, which makes better jerky, I think. I think if you get it too thin, or you don't put that honey in there, it ends up, or you cook it too long. And really, you're not trying to cook it, you're trying to dry it. You're taking the moisture out, so the bacteria cannot grow. And then thankfully I have a big side to my sink, so I will fill that with hot soapy water and let these soak, and then run a brush over them and clean them really good. And then they're ready for the next dehydrating, which is coming up. I believe I am going to try to dehydrate some I'd actually like to dehydrate some bacon. I know that sounds weird, but I don't know why you couldn't, other than the fat content. If you cut off most of the fat, though, I believe that it's a possibility. So I'm going to try a small little bit and see what happens. And then we're going to dehydrate some more fruit for their trip, because they do. They're going to need a lot of fruit and nuts for their trip. So there's a couple pieces here that had a little piece of fat on them. Those will get tossed. I just pull it off. And so, beef jerky. This was 8 pounds of jerky, or 8 pounds of London broil, excuse me, that I sliced into about 1/4 inch thickness. I do it myself just because I'm picky, and I've had in the past the butcher do it too thin, or it just wasn't done nicely, so I just do it myself. It's not that hard. I stick the meat in the freezer for about 20 minutes to a half hour, so it kind of firms up pretty good for you, and then it's easier to slice. So there's another piece with some fat there. I may have to try a piece. It smells so good. You get the little chili seeds that are on there, the red pepper flakes, that give you a little bit of bite, but not too much that it's not pleasant to eat. And you got that sweet teriyaki flavor going on too. And here we go. I guess I'll give it a taste test for you, and then I'll let you go and upload this video. So I hope this inspires you to try something new. And maybe, if you've never made beef jerky, you don't necessarily have to have a dehydrator. You could do it in your oven, and on the lowest setting, right on your oven rack. It will make a mess, but it's worth the mess. And what a savings! This cost me $4.49 a pound, but I believe that I spent, this was 8 pounds, so we can do the math on that one. So roughly $20, but this is a lot of jerky. It's going to be a great addition to their backpacking. So here goes nothing. Oh man, that is absolutely wonderful. So I hope this helps, and God bless everyone. Just one more thing. Sorry about that. I am going to now take this and transfer it into individual bags that I make for the food sealer. So it will be vacuum packed in the food sealer bags. So it'll actually have a better shelf life, and it'll be compact for them to carry too. And then I'll just do individual bags with like 1-day portions in there, and that way they don't have to worry about carrying everything. I don't know, I might wait and ask my husband how he'd like it, but it seems like that would make it easier. Alright, see ya!